Welcome to the U.S. Kiss Vinyl Reference YouTube channel. Please like and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. All right, folks, welcome back to another episode of the U.S. Kiss Vinyl Reference. I am your host, Mike Stone, as always. And, I kind of got a little behind here. So, I am recording this, hopefully, as you see it today, Saturday, May the 18th. I am recording this Saturday, May the 18th. Usually, the way I schedule it, it would have been here at 5 o'clock this morning. And I got lazy this week and kept pushing off recording. Next thing I know, it's Friday night. I don't have an episode ready to go. So here we are. So we are going to talk about Hot in the Shade. So we are also at the point in the catalog where there's not so many variations, so the episodes are going to be shorter if I do one album per episode. So that's still my plan, but that could change pretty soon because I was looking an album or two ahead, and I mean, some of these episodes would be 5 minutes long, and that's just not worth it to me. So, Hot in the Shade, last album with Eric Carr, and another end of an era. So this will be the last album that has a section on 45s, albeit short as it will be. After this album, I will have 3 more US 45s, and 2 of them are not solely Kiss. So yeah, 45 section's about to go away. So I don't see this being very long. I've got just a few variations of the album and the singles. So if you got a couple of minutes, then, this one will go by pretty quickly. So get yourself situated, and I'll see you back here in a minute. All right, folks, welcome back. So, Hot in the Shade, released in October of 1989. So this is pretty much the end of the 80s. This would be the last album to feature Eric Carr, who would sadly pass away just a couple years later. And I mean, it's got some good songs on it. Do not get me wrong, but unfortunately, this gets looked at as kind of the low point in Kiss's catalog. So not a lot of variation here for the U.S., unfortunately. It's just vinyl is dying a horrible death in 1989. So it is what it is. So we got a few variations. We got a couple of promos to look at, a couple of 45s. I mean, literally a couple of 45s. So we'll start off with promotional copies, as we always do. And for the first time in a while, we have a separate release that ties into Hot in the Shade. And many collectors will recognize this. This is First Kiss, Last Licks. And it's kind of a what I call one of those half and half releases. It promotes the album, but it also has some other stuff on the album. So we're getting a little nod to the makeup era here, which I mean, for those of you that were around in 1989, you know, Kiss was kind of avoiding that if they could. And this has 4 songs from the upcoming album, which would be Hot in the Shade. And then on the other side, it's got a few songs from their past. So the jacket is not glossy, as you can see here. It does not shine. It's a matte finish. And on the back, we have a gold stamp there, promotion copy, not for sale. The track list, we've got Love's a Slap in the Face, Betrayed, Prisoner of Love, and The Street Giveth and The Street Taketh Away. Those are from the upcoming album. And on side B, we have Nowhere to Run, which would be a first U.S. release for that song. Partners in Crime, also a first U.S. release for that song. Those 2 songs were on Killers, which at this point hadn't been released in the U.S. And then you had demo versions of Deuce and Strutter. So, and then we got some little production notes that are handwritten and all that good stuff. Plain white inner sleeve. And now common lore is going around that if you have a copy and you open up the inside and you find those 2 little smudges in there, then you have a legitimate copy and not a counterfeit. And I mean, that is such a well-known thing now that if somebody does counterfeit this, they're going to figure out a way to put them in there. But the thing is, nobody has ever shown evidence that a counterfeit exists of this. So there's that. Let me put that inner sleeve back in there. And it's alleged that 800 of these exist. How accurate that number is, nobody knows. And then onto the vinyl, we have custom labels. So you can see that one has Gene's silhouetted face on it. And then you've got Paul's silhouetted face on it. And the scans, they show up pretty good, but they're a little bit hard to read. It's just because of the color scheme. It's got a dark background and dark text, so the scans don't show up that great. So, but yeah, this is a sought after record by many people. You know, people that are getting into Kiss vinyl collecting and want something kind of rare, they might want to chase one of these down. So First Kiss, Last Licks, that kicks off the whole Hot in the Shade cycle there. And really, I mean, this is a collector's item at this point in time. I mean, 1989, I doubt there was a whole lot of radio stations that were still playing vinyl on air. So, I mean, it's not like these were going to radio stations to get played on air. Record stores maybe, but I think this was more for a collector. All right. And now we'll move on to the actual album. Here's a promotional copy. If I can get it open without stumbling through it. All right. First things first, hype sticker is on the jacket. Every promotional copy I've seen had the hype sticker stuck to the jacket. We have a gold stamp on the lower left corner. That's usually where I see the stamp. I can't say that I've seen it in other places. All right. Inner sleeve. We have lyrics on one side. We have lyrics on the other, and then a image of the album cover there. Down in the lower right-hand corner, there's a very small 0501, which my camera's being a little bitch right now. If it ain't my camera, it's my microphone, and it's a glossy inner sleeve. So, all right. And then the vinyl, we have a Mercury label. And if you look over to the left, underneath where it says stereo and side 1, you'll see a number 49. There's your pressing plant number. And then on the right-hand side, underneath the catalog number, you'll see that it says promotional copy, not for sale. So there's your promotional copy for Hot in the Shade. And if I remember right, yep, light shines through the record. And it's a brownish, a brownish color. And forgive any sounds you might hear. My cat's outside. I got the door shut, and he's pissed off that I got a door shut in the house. And he can get over it. And I will make a note of one other little thing here. On the back of the jacket, there is an 0501 printed. Again, my camera's being a little bitch. All right, so there was the promo. Now we go on to a retail copy. So, hype sticker's not on the jacket. It was on the shrink. I bought this one sealed, so the hype sticker was on the shrink wrap. Or, wait, no, I didn't buy this one sealed. I told you wrong. But the sealed copies that I have seen on eBay all had the sticker on the shrink. So we have the same inner sleeve as the promo. Also with that 501 there. Hey. And then also on the back of the jacket, 2 for 2. All right. And then the vinyl. Everything matches the promo. You got the number 49 on the left-hand side for a pressing plant number. The only thing that's different is on the right. It does not say promotional copy not for sale. And light does not pass through the stock copy. All right, so that was a retail copy. Now, for somehow there was enough of a demand for a record club. Pardon me for just a second. Right, sorry about that. Had to pause for the cause. So, record clubs. Yeah. So, there was enough of a demand for a record club copy on vinyl. So this is from BMG, which BMG bought out RCA a few years prior to this. So in the little box you see, manufactured for BMG Direct Marketing Incorporated under license. Then it gives the address and then the license number. That's the word I was looking for. Also of note, the address for BMG is Indianapolis, Indiana. But if you look on the back of your jacket, you'll see that it says Made in Canada. So that's a bit of an oddball. The inner sleeve, you have the lyrics and then the same image on the back. There is no 0501 down here. And unlike the promo and the stock copy that I showed, there is no it's of flat paper. It's not glossy. Forgot where I was going with that. And it doesn't say nothing about the inner sleeve being printed in Canada, but I'm sure it probably was. Then the vinyl. So if you look down below, it says manufactured for BMG Marketing Incorporated under license, made and printed in Canada. And then on the right-hand side, you have the license number and the catalog number. So yes, I showed a Canadian record on the show called the U.S. Kiss Vinyl Reference, and the way I get away with that is if you ordered Hot in the Shade through a record club from the U.S., this is the copy you got. So it was made in Canada for the U.S. record club market. Never seen a U.S. version of BMG, and as little as they were pressing vinyl by this time, I don't think you're going to find one. And at this point, I would have to see pictures to think that it exists. And I glossed over it when I showed the promo copy. There was, so I'm not going to say that all promo copies came with these, but the little bio from the press kit was included in the promo copy that I got. Yeah, the staple rusted out and broke, but the bio is all there still. I'm not going to say all promo copies came that way. Somebody had gotten a press kit and a promo copy together at some point, and they just put it together. Unfortunately, I do not have the press kit photograph. One of these days I might get it and put it with it, but it's not high on my list of stuff to get right now. So there's a little backtrack there. All right, now we're going to skip ahead to 2014 and the Kissteria set. So they reissued the entire back catalog. Some titles were exclusive, others were not. This one was not exclusive. Got the same jacket front and back that we all know and love. Inner sleeve has been restored. And the vinyl is on a Mercury label. You can see down at the bottom it says 2014 The Island Def Jam Music Group. So that will set it apart from a vintage copy. And from what I understand, Hot in the Shade is the only title from the 2014 series that is currently out of print that's that isn't a exclusive to Kisteria. So they go through various stages of in and out of print, and I guess Hot in the Shade went out of print several years ago and never came back in. So there are folks wanting to complete the series that are kind of looking for that right now. And then one more U.S. reissue, and that is got the same kind of jacket. The dates did change. This was released in 2019 for the 30th anniversary. So the dates are different on the jacket. The catalog's different on the jacket. The inner sleeve has the new catalog number. So everything is completely different from the 2014. There is nothing that's interchangeable. And it was released on a translucent blue vinyl. And then there's your label. Also with a different catalog number from the 2014, and it says 2019 down at the bottom, so the label is not interchangeable. And we got a 30th anniversary edition color vinyl hype sticker. So with that does it for the LP. And then I have got a couple of singles to show, and then you are free to go for the rest of your day. So we have two singles. We have Hide Your Heart and Betrayed and Forever and The Street Giveth and The Street Taketh Away. We only have retail copies in the U.S. of these singles. Promo copy has never been shown for either one of these titles. So this whole run of singles from the debut to Hot in the Shade, we have only two of them that didn't get a promotional copy. So we'll start off with Hide Your Heart and Betrayed. Comes on a Mercury label. If you look over to the left underneath that big ball of text, there's a number 49, so there's your pressing plant number. And then you'll notice that a barcode is printed on the label, so this would make this a third generation Mercury label on 45, so Mercury label 3, right? Oh, second generation. Yeah, second generation. So this is a Mercury label number 2. My bad. So there is your Hide Your Heart side. And then on the other side, you have Betrayed. White sleeve. Very unfortunate circumstance with Kiss in the 45 world, especially the U.S. There just wasn't many picture sleeves. And the ones that did get picture sleeves, most of them were just the album cover, so kind of boring. So there was Hide Your Heart. No variations. So now we move on to Forever, The Street Giveth, and The Street Taketh Away. So, much like the one I just showed you for Hide Your Heart, if you look over to the left, you see the number 49 underneath that ball of text. And then you see the UPC printed on the label. So again, with the Mercury 2. So there is Forever. And it says it's a remix for the time being. I can't think off of my head what's different. And The Street Giveth and The Street Taketh Away. So that is the end of the original run of 45s for Kiss. That's 45s is something that I stayed away from for a long time in the beginning, but now I quite enjoy picking them up. And that's going to be one of the last segments on 45s. I'll have a couple sprinkled out here and there, but like I said, after this, I've only got 3 more 45s in my rack. So, well, folks, that does Hot in the Shade. I told you it was going to be short, so I thank you for hanging in there with me, and I thank you for your patience. I didn't have any messages or anything asking where the video was, but I did send out a little CYA message on my Facebook group or Facebook page last night saying that I didn't have one ready. So, like I said, I'll try to get this edited and put together real quick and have it uploaded hopefully by the afternoon. So I appreciate you staying there with me, and we'll catch you on the next one.